I'm Sid, and these are my best friends. My mom, Kim, my dad, Ty, and my sister, Madi, who before starting her own adventure, joined us in rocking out a state-of-the-art refit on our floating home. Now, we're ready to set sail to die with memories, not dreams, and live dauntless.
Hey guys, this week is a huge milestone for all of us, and we wanted to say thank you because we hit 20,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for hitting that subscribe button, smashing that bell so that you get notifications when our videos come out, giving us a good thumbs up, and also leaving comments. We truly appreciate it, and this is super exciting for all of us. So Thanks for coming along. After 8 months of planning, cleaning, ordering, waiting, stressing, moving, and building, the day has finally arrived to make the starboard repair piece a permanent part of the boat. But first, we have to get it under the boat, which is a little more difficult now than it was before. When we moved back into the shed, into this new position, and back onto our foam belly blocking a few weeks ago, we didn't put the 2x4s in between the layers of plywood as we'd had them before. Ty felt that the floor slope at this end didn't warrant the 2x4s. We didn't think of it at the time that losing those precious few inches would make the boat too low to the ground to slide the part in from the front as we had done in our trial fitting before. We thought maybe we could go from the back instead, but unfortunately, the complex curves said no. So we closed the big door again because holy cow is it cold, and reassessed how to get the part under the boat without lifting the boat with the travel lift. We're all thinking it, but Madi said it out loud. What if we just tipped it on its side and kind of just slid it in? So with a little force and a lot of patience, success! Now we can attach it.
You ready? All right, so we're gonna go inside now, or inside the boat, down in the bilges. We have completely bolted, adjusted, tweaked, modified, squeezed, zhuzhed, encouraged the part to be in its exact spot where it's going to be living in the boat from now on. So what we've done is we've taken a single layer glass. This is this quad axe that we've used to build the part and do the other repairs. And we've mixed up some epoxy with slow hardener, and we're gonna go inside and lay these between the clamps, or the block clamps that we've installed inside the hull. That's gonna give us a backing plate, not only to give us our first layer of scarfing inside, but after we're done with that, we're gonna come outside the boat and fill some thickened epoxy with Cabasil as a thickening and adhesive agent, and we're going to put it in these refillable tubes, and we're then going to fill the joint all the way around the boat between the blocks again. And then when we're done with that, we're going to squeegee it down and add a layer of this glass on the outside of the boat. We've cut them in short sections because we're trying to go between all of these short little blocks. So that is the plan for today. That is going to get the first layer of adhesion and scarfing in the boat, and then tomorrow we'll come back in, release all the blocks, and then fill in our gaps between all of these pieces where the blocks were, and then do our larger and last scarfing layer to tie the repair into the boat. So Madison and I are going to go down inside each individual bilge space because it's tiny, and we're going to work together to get this installed as quickly as possible, while Kim is outside playing gopher, getting us more glass and peel ply and probably a lot of paper towels because we're gonna make a mess. She's on it.
No messes. You guys are better than that.
We're gonna try to make less messes.
Yeah.
All right, you got that? Sure. All right, let's go. Let's do this.
What's your job, Madison?
I'm currently sitting here continuing to mix this epoxy so that it slows down the heating up process of it, the exothermic reaction.
curing process?
So the more it gets stirred, the slower it actually sets up, and we're already using the slow set, so
Hopefully it keeps our work time a little longer.
basically just a precaution to a precaution.
All right.
How do you like working in crouched down spaces?
It's not my favorite, to be perfectly honest. But I'm really excited to get this part of the process finally underway.
Short-term pain for long-term gain, right?
That's right.
So this is a nifty... Actually, it's from West Systems, I think.
Yep.
But it is a reusable caulking tube.
Just wait for it to cure and then just knock everything back out of it when you're done.
And then you can use it again. Which is perfect for us.
Everybody, it's perfect for everybody. That has to make a lot of... Whoa! Son of a... Ugh.
That was close.
It's the end of the day. I'm a little...
One more and you're done. We have the 3 strikes and you're out rule.
I'm a little less coordinated this time of the day.
The only nice thing about working late is that it's quiet.
Sounds of air sanders never bothered me until I heard 11 go at one time for 9 hours straight. All right. Come on.
It's a really tight fit,
Yeah. Got it.
which is good because, you know.
Otherwise it would squish and spooge everywhere. Ah!
Just like that. Should have gotten that on camera. Just like that.
It's leaking! All right, so yesterday we finished doing the outside tabbing, which sisters up to the inside tabbing that we did on Friday. And basically we added our first layer of tabbing in. We're gonna peel all the peel ply off today, and we'll go around, and if you wanna zoom in here, Sid, you can see where the peel ply is been on the glass, and then we've got a little bit of shiny here. So we're gonna go around and scuff all of this up, taper this down a little bit where we put this thickened epoxy in, and the next layer will be able to basically go from the edge of the bottom side of the scarfing joint all the way up to the top side of the scarfing joint. In some places like this, where it's gonna be larger, our primary joint, of course, will be on the seam. We'll take these blocks out and we'll basically be patching between these sections. And then we'll go from the outside of the scarf joint all the way up to here to cover it on the secondary layer. So, that's what we're doing. And hopefully by the end of the day, this entire part will be completely glassed in, both sides. Here we go. All right, so we've run into a bit of a problem. We use medium because the slow took 3 days to completely cure out. And talking to one of the other fiberglass guys in the yard, he's like, you know, at these temperatures, we really use medium. And figured it would be set by today because we just a little bit of Cavasil layup and then some glass. Now the Cavasil set up yesterday. It was getting warm as we were using it at the very end. However, today we glassed, we pull the peel ply off like you just saw us do, and I hit it with a sander. This is 24 grit, and that is what is happening. It's loading up the paper, and when you get in and grind it, I'm going to show everybody what that looks like. Come here. See how when it heats up, it smears? It's not completely cured. So that means that we're going to be delayed another day. Damn it. The boat's, the part's being held in. In fact, this back jack wasn't even touching the boat. And we're going to pull the jacks out, and we're going to work on that other part for the porthole. And we'll do some we'll do some trimming and some adjustment just to make sure that we get a good final set. And we're going to have to do that today. And then this afternoon, I think we're going to have to go over to the hardware store and get some plastic, and we're going to have to get some heaters to put underneath this boat, because we can't be waiting 3-4 days between layers. It's a 3 to 4 day process to put the part in to begin with. If we add 3 days to each individual layer, that's 2 weeks per part to get it in, just because we're waiting on temperature. So obviously it'll be more financially beneficial for us to just get some heat on it and get it cured out at least in 12 to 24 hours. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's move on to the next one. Bummer.
It is a really good thing that Madison is not claustrophobic. And boy, am I glad that we spent years in gymnastics, because she is ridiculously flexible. Oh, that was bold. Okay. This is... You know it says 18 or 10? It says 10 because it's on the top.
Well, unroll it and it'll tell you.
This is 18.
How we doing?
Good. Good.
Why aren't you using the flashlight?
She is.
It's right here.
Oh, Sydney, I need that.
You get layer 1 in yet?
I'm working on it. Okay, first layer is in.
On both sides?
Yep.
Okay.
Your head is in my shot.
Are you getting good film of this, Sid?
Well,
I'm
she's trying
trying.
to, but my head is apparently in the way. I'm sorry, I need to be like this to see what I'm doing. Oh, shit. Oh, wait.
Am I getting it?
Yeah, hold it just like that, actually. I can see what you're doing.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, hold it just like that. You're doing great, sweetie. Also, why am I the one telling you that? Okay. Well, this thing is just like super in the way. Alright, you're gonna have to pull your phone out without hitting. Okay. All done.
I'm waiting for you to crawl out.
Ah, damn it. I got capsule on this jacket for sure. Just trying to keep it down. go. Core strength for the win.
Good job.
There's a method to my madness. Even though we're doing an epoxy repair, an epoxy part on the boat, I'm using a polyester structural repair putty because polyester, you can control the rate at which it cures. Epoxy, you have to mix in a proper factory recommended ratio. In our case, it's a 3-to-1. And when you mix that 3-to-1, then you can mix a thickening product with it, like Cabasil or what have you. But you can't control the rate at which it cures, even if you use slow. You put it in a big mass, and it kicks off, and it smokes, and it becomes a hazard. We don't want anything to catch on fire. So I'm going to use this structural putty from Total Boat, and I'm going to catalyze it at 1%. So there'll be a nice, slow cure process, and that's going to allow us to get underneath of that bulkhead, which we'll show you here in a minute, and we need to create a fillet. So a solid resin structure that's with milled fibers in it that goes from the hull all the way to the bulkhead. And then we'll be able to tab over top of that to be able to attach the bulkheads to the hull part. But this is really important, so when they go pick us up, the actual hull doesn't crush in or flex in to touch the actual bulkhead. So,
is this type of a product something that they use from the factory when they build the boat?
Yeah, actually, that's a good question. Kim asked, is this the structural type of stuff that they use in the boat? Yes. The boats are built out of polyester. The bulkheads are polyester. So this is a similar material that they use. And is actually really, really great stuff. We just can't use it in an epoxy world because even in these cooler temperatures and even with slow set epoxy, we're still getting some overrun and overthermal reaction if we make it too thick. So yeah, this is the correct answer, and it's what the factory uses. Kind of looks like sterno.
It does look like sterno.
All right, let's measure it out.
What kind of work time do you have with this? Does it all depend on how much mech you put in?
Yeah, and it all depends on how large the mass is. This says for 100 gram mass, which is about that, mix it 1%. You got about 15 to 20 minutes of working time. So I'm gonna mix up quite a bit more than that, but I'm going to spread it out so that it's not sitting in an entire mass. So that's basically a pound. Now, we need to mix it 1%. So they say that for every ounce, that is going to need 14 drops of MEKP per ounce. So that's 16 times 14, 224 drops.
You want to double check that? Seems like a lot.
No, that's right. Yeah.
But your conversion to get to that math is correct?
Well, there's 16 ounces in a pound. And so 16 times 14 drops is 224. We all haven't been feeling the greatest, so we're running just like one step behind the clock here. So we're just double checking each other. All right, ready for me to count? Give or take 5 drops, I think that's where we're at. All right, now Madison is hiding down inside the hull in the owner's cabin. And when I climb down in there, I'm gonna give her one of these, and I'm gonna take one. I custom modified those bad boys. And this is the size radius or cove that I want. And the reason I'm doing such a large cove is because the glass that we're using, the structural glass, is really stiff. And we need a nice smooth cove to be able to get that glass to lay in without any air pockets behind it. All right, Mads.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh, you're back here. Okay.
Oh, I think I'm gonna need more than a pound.
Ooh, why is it blue?
It's just the color they make it.
Okay.
All right, the big curve side, obviously, Matt.
This side.
Yeah. Is it sticking through?
A little bit. It's not coming through enough for me to be able. Oh, now it is right there. So, can you show me what your spreader looks like so I make sure I'm doing this right?
Like this.
Little flash. The light isn't there.
Like this. I want you to move yourself. Like that.
So Ty mentioned before that we weren't feeling great. Turns out that he and I got COVID. Sydney wasn't feeling 100%, but she tested negative, and Maddie absolutely felt fine and tested negative as well. Maddie's kept herself pretty well isolated from the rest of us and has taken on the responsibility of going to the yard and finishing the scarfing by herself. Without her, we'd be another several weeks behind schedule. Although there's still quite a bit of work to do to get this side ready for barrier coat and bottom paint, the first layer of tabbing is complete thanks to Madi.